G'day punters, welcome back to Bet It Out for another weekend of thoroughbred action. I am Louis Herman-Watt. My man, as always, in Australia is Ryan Cook, looking warm as ever. Ryan, we're off to Ipswich this weekend, so let's start with the Ipswich Cup.
Yes, hello again, Louis. Good to be back at Royal Ipswich. Fantastic time of year. I'm going to have an each-way play here on the mare Poetic Drama, who was pretty good at Eagle Farm last start, was always too far back to score. Caught back in the ruck and had to make up some ground. But look, I was pretty pleased with the way that she finished off that day. Gets in carrying 53.5 kilos here. And she is a stablemate to last year's winner, Red Wave. So look, the wide gate I don't think is a concern either. 3 of the last 4 winners have come from wide gates in this race. So we're getting about $8. So I think we can go each way on her.
Look, I wouldn't blame anybody for having a stab at something out wide in this field. I think a bunch can win it. I settled on Diablo Bolt in the end. I just thought third up from a stable that likes to get their horses fit. Robbie Dolan goes on and he's going to sit just behind the speed, I would have thought, and get the perfect run and chime in at the right time at this trip. So Diablo Bolt for me. We move on to the eyeliner stakes.
Yeah, look, I'm finding it very hard to get away from the favourite Warney. Returned as a gelding in the takeover target. He was good through the line that day. Didn't have the best of luck in the Morton Cup last start where he was slow away, but he continues to progress, and I just think he's the best horse in the race here.
Yeah, look, he hasn't bowled a no ball in a long time, has Warney, and to be honest, he carries that best form through. Again, senior rider, perfect gate, and he's got the right form with the front page and coming out of the city very recently. So I was with Warney as well. Right, let's go across to New Zealand. It's been a while, and we'll go to the Tauranga Classic. Who'd you find on top?
Yeah, it looks like we've got a couple of genuine wet trackers with the 2 favourites. So I'm siding with the mare Lux Libertaz, who has finally drawn an inside gate, and I think that's going to be huge to her chances here. She struggled from out wide in her last few runs, but I think she'll appreciate getting out over further. Her wet track form is good, as I said, so I think she's the one to be with.
Geez, totally agree once again, right? I think her wet track form is the key here. Look, she hasn't won in a while, but she's been running in nice races, and I think that's the key. Her ratings from some of those good form races, even from back in the summer, say that she should be the favourite here. Barrier 1, interesting. Do they try cut the corner? We know what happens on these wet tracks. You want to find some ground. We'll just let Bruno figure that out as he sees fit. What's your best bet for the whole weekend?
We'll go back to Ipswich, race 1, Southern Charm, dropping back in class. I think she'll be tough to beat.
I'll head down to Riccarton, to the mainland, and we have Bella Luce in race 6. No weight on her back, and she's a very handy wee mare. Punters, have a great weekend.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website